everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders all around the world. This is FXFreedom broadcasting you live on YouTube, and this is the Professional Forex Trading Course 101. Never forget, trading is a learnable skill when you learn in the correct way. Also, never forget you are going to graduate from this course when, number one, you have your chart set up and ready for trading. We are working on number one a little bit with the Fibonacci's. You have your strategy in place. We are going to work at the end of the Fibonacci's with number two. And number three, you have a complete understanding on how this market works, so you can analyze the market and make an educated prediction, long or short, for the week. For questions and homeworks, everybody, you have my email, and for business and seminars, webinars, whatever, you have Skype, everybody. That being said, let's open NZD CAD. And today we have Bitcoin again. I have two dogs, everybody. They are called Fibo and Ichi. Fibo as per Fibonacci, Ichi as per Ichimoku, and they're always fighting, you know, they're always fighting. So this is the monthly, is going to be up. Monthly, weekly, daily. Alright. So now I'm not going to check Bitcoin today. No Bitcoin today. Alright, everybody, so we have the monthly NZD CAD. We checked this one last week, remember? ABC. And so we are going to draw, delete horizontal lines, and we are going to draw this time the Contrarian, right? Contrarian Fibonacci. And we are going to edit levels, and I don't have any, so we're going to make black is going to be white, and green is going to be purple or violet, and violet, and violet, and the black one is going to be white again, and maybe the red is going to be orange, red is going to be orange, and this one is going to be violet, and this is going to be the Contrarian, Contra Fibo, save. Alright, and then we are going to name it sub A, maybe a little smaller, like 20. This is going to be sub A. In here, the B, capital B, equals to sub A. Clone, double click. Our C equals to sub B, and then we're going to have the sub C so far down here, and then we're going to have the projected sub D, projected sub D extension, projected sub D extension. Alright, everybody, as always, why are we doing this, right? Why are we doing this? Do I have any pictures? The original Fibonacci, number one, we use the original Fibonacci to determine trend direction. Trend direction. So, NZD CAD monthly chart, is the trend direction up or down? What's the answer? Yes, we are using the original Fibonacci to determine trend direction. Is our trend direction up or down? We have the monthly bands too, upper band, lower band. Everybody, this is the most recent Fibonacci, capital A, capital B. Is the trend direction based on the Fibonacci, right? Don't confuse, everybody, listen to me. Okay, golden nugget again. Golden nugget. When analyzing, right? Or studying, when studying the Fibonacci, don't confuse the Fibonacci direction with the short-term trends. Alright everybody, golden nugget. When studying, when analyzing the Fibonacci's, capital A, capital B, capital C, don't confuse Fibonacci direction with the short-term trend, because some of you said last time, oh, but it's making higher highs, higher lows. Sure, but it doesn't change the original Fibonacci direction. Everybody, if you are going to use the Fibonacci's, you should trust the Fibonacci. Makes sense? This market is going to push down. Ernesto, original Fibonacci down, trend direction down, and conformity with the contrarian Fibonacci. So our C is up in here, everybody. So direction is down. Okay. Now I'm not sure about this one. If it's a higher high. Let me see, everybody. Widget, there you go. One more time. What's the high? 8817, and this is 880. See, Ernesto, this high, everybody, rectangle, this high is higher than the previous high. Make sense? So the short-term trend, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. The short-term trend just made a higher high, just for a few pips. Okay? And sometimes the contrarian does this. Make sense, everybody? And exactly, beginner traders, advanced maybe not, right? But beginner traders, exactly when you are going to buy the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 4 hour, the 15-minute chart, exactly when you buy, the market is going to start to fall. Can you relate to this, everybody? This is one, exactly, you are learning how this market works at the first year. This happening to me, boss. Welcome to the club, you know. Before we learn how this market works, it takes a year, year and a half, you know. Studying the charts, listening to the teachers, you know. Making our own experiences, make sense? I don't know how to know if the C is confirmed. Broto, one more time. All good, Broto, one more time. When you have the, everybody, not just Broto, but some of you still don't get the confirmed, right? So I have the AB boundary, alright? This is the A to B, capital A, capital B. And now I have my C up in here, right, Broto? And now I have my sub A and sub B. Do you see sub A, sub B? This is sub A, sub B, sub C, and the projected sub D. Do you see the projected sub? But do you see the projected sub A, sub B, sub C, and the projected sub D extension? Can you see it? Violet. Okay, I'm going to give me a second, everybody. Maybe like this. Better? Or maybe I can give me a second. Still two. Can you see it, Broto? Sub A, white. Sub B, white line. And because violet goes to violet, sub C, violet goes to violet, right, Broto? Right. Now, when you find the projected sub-D extension above the capital A of the original Fibonacci, and the original Fibonacci from the Fibonacci rules is stronger than the contrarian, what does this mean, stronger? The original Fibonacci is going to win 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10. The original Fibonacci is stronger. So once you have the projected sub-D extension of the contrarian, this means that going up becomes low probability. But why, boss, why? Because for the market to hit the projected sub-D extension brought up, for the market to hit the projected sub-D extension, the extension from the contrarian, what it must do? Exactly, for the market to hit the projected sub-D extension, it must break the capital A. Does this make sense to you, Broto? Boss, can you repeat please? Yes, sir. For the market to fulfill the contrarian Fibonacci sequence, sub A to sub B, sub B to sub C, and finally sub C to sub D, projected sub D, for the market and the decayed monthly chart in this example, to fulfill the projected sub-D extension, it must break the capital A of the original one. You have two contrarian forces, everybody. You have bulls and bears fighting for control. And because by the Fibonacci rules, the original Fibonacci is stronger, then going long becomes low probability. What does this mean? If I'm buying, let's say that I have a counter trend line break to go long, right? Just an example. Okay, I have a counter trend line break to go long. 8, hear me out, 8 times out of 10, this is not going to happen. Monthly, weekly, daily, 8 times out of 10, this is, it could happen once, right? You know, monthly, maybe never, you know. Daily, you know, okay, maybe it could happen once, maybe twice, you know. But 8 times out of 10, this market is going to push down. Exactly, because the original Fibonacci is stronger. And this is where, when the projected sub-D extension breaks the A of the original Fibonacci, this is where we are saying, vocabulary, we have found a confirmed capital C. Alright everybody, any other questions? So, the Fibonacci traders, like me, when I see something like this on the monthly, and you can use this methodology on all time frames and all currency pairs, I am going short. Make sense, everybody? Or strategy, some of you are using counter trendline breaks, you know. Of course, then we have the risk-reward ratio issue. But me and the cat, when the market formed this bearish candlestick formation, bearish candle, I'm shorting the market already. Why? Because of the confirmed C. Make sense? Alright. Everybody, based on the, again, don't mix apples with bananas, right? I'm not talking about market wave, I'm not talking about short-term trend, I'm not talking about trends, trend lines, I'm talking about the Fibonacci. Should you, to be positioned in a better probability, should you be shorting the market on all time frames, or should you be going long? on all time frames? Based on the monthly perspective, what's the answer? Should you be looking to short the market on all time frames based on the monthly perspective? Then we're going to check the weekly and the daily too. With confirmed position is 80% with probability. On the Fibonacci, don't confuse everybody, Fibonacci entries with the market, right? Okay, shorting, very good. Boss, what do you mean why don't confuse? If the original Fibonacci has an 80% chance to fall, but you are trading something different, in the circle you are trading short-term trends in the circle, and you put the stop loss above the short-term trend, and the market stops you out on the short-term trend, this is not Fibonacci's fault. Does this make sense to you? The Fibonacci is 80%, I'm just going to short. If you are trading the Fibonacci pattern, stop loss above the 8, then it's alright. If you are not shorting the Fibonacci pattern and you don't have the stop loss above the 8, then you are shorting something different. But you said that Fibonacci is down. It is. It is down. But you said that it's 80%. It is. Fibonacci sequence, it's 80%. But you are not shorting the Fibonacci sequence. Make sense, everybody? Don't confuse the Fibonacci sequence with what you do on the chart. Because not all of you are trading the Fibonacci patterns. Why do we have to do a contrarian entry if too high, too low has not been formed? Broto, great question. Number one, you don't need to do anything. Alright? And the contrarian Fibonacci is not the short-term trend. Okay, Broto? You are mixing apples with bananas, Broto. You are mixing short-term trends with the Fibonacci rules. In order to draw the original one, you don't need to lower lows to lower highs, Broto, remember? To draw the Fibonacci, the original one, as we started, right, you need the A. What is the A? The A is a high, and the B is the first low as soon as possible after the A. Remember, Broto? Nobody said lower lows or highs. So the same rules apply with the contrarian too. Okay? Everybody, you must understand these lessons and classes the way I'm telling you to do, right? Okay? Try not to invent hot water, exactly. It makes sense, but we can use Fibonacci for direction and trade short-term trend, right? Sure, you can do this, but when you lose on the short-term trend, don't put your guilt on the Fibonacci. Make sense, everybody? If you are, when we say, oh, this is an 80% trade right now, and it is from the monthly, you know, this means that the market is not going to hit the A and stop you out. Make sense? Now, in between, one more time, you are trading consolidations, you are trading up and down market wave, you are trading the JP Morgan Chase unicorns, you are trading the Citibank Dolphin robots, you are trading the Batmans, expert advisors, you are trading anything and everything, and you are being stopped out, especially on the smaller time frames. This is not Fibonacci's fault, everybody. Make sense? Just because the Fibonacci is pushing down on the bigger picture doesn't mean that it's going to just make lower lows, lower highs, and I mean, I wish too, right? Me too, I wish that the market would just move like this to the extension. Then everybody would be a millionaire by now, right? Billionaire, right? Billionaire, right? Millions are, you know, not even considerable anymore. Now you need to be a billionaire, right? And the cell phone. Alright. Okay, everybody, so if you want to have a higher chance of probability based on the Fibonacci, you should short the market. And let's go on the weekly. Weekly, similar story. AB, Contrarian Fibonacci, first low to first high, just in the opposite direction. Similar story to the daily. We have the sub A and clone. Up in here we have the sub B, and clone. Down in here this is going to be the sub C, and up in here above the A, capital A again, one more time, we have the sub the extension. Alright, now see everybody, once you understand the confirmation, the C confirmed, and this happens, it's not going to happen every single time, of course, then you are going to call you a genius. You know, Brotto is a market whisperer. How does Brotto know that the market is going to push down, right? This is not going to happen every single time, but it is going to happen 7 times out of 10. Alright? See everybody, this is what we were talking about from the monthly. There is a short-term downtrend on the weekly and the daily, and you are going to short the market, and you are going to put the stop loss up in here on the short-term trend, which is okay. It's super right, but then the market is going to do this and this, and is going to stop you out, and you are going to blame it on the Fibonacci. You didn't trade the Fibonacci. Does this make sense to you? If I'm shorting the short-term downtrend because the Fibonacci has a confirmed C, I'm just mixing apples with bananas. Okay? This is critical to understand. Because if you don't understand this, and if you're going to be stopped out in here, not even stopped out on the Fibonacci C, but on something different, then you are going to start to think, oh, the Fibonacci doesn't work. The Fibonacci works. You didn't trade the Fibonacci. Play this stream, everybody, over and over and over again. Download it from Dukascopy webinar page, YouTube. Play it over and over. Okay? Let it sink into your subconscious mind. Alright, everybody, and the most interesting, right, is the daily. Now let's see the daily, how the daily is positioned, so we can play around a little bit, everybody. Okay, Contrarian Fibonacci, everybody. Down in here is my sub A. Alright, now where is my sub B? Is the first circle the sub B? Is the second circle my sub B? Is the third circle my sub B? Or is the fourth circle my sub B? Which one is my sub B? I'm going to increase the scale, yes sir. Which one is my sub B, everybody? First circle, second circle, third circle, or Ernesto is third. Broto, what about you? And everybody else online? Which one is our sub B? The third? Alright, exactly. Sub B is the third. The third is the first high as soon as possible after the sub A. So we have sub A, sub B, right? Sub A, sub B. And clone down in here is going to be our sub C. Exactly the same rules apply. Clone up in here is going to be our sub D. Flora says third, yes. And as always, everybody, sub A goes to sub C and sub B goes to sub D. We need to find a high up in here, and we have a new contrarian Fibonacci. This is our sub A, this is our sub B. Alright, give it a second. Our sub C is down in here. It must not be the same candle, it's a sequence. And sub D, it's a high again, so it's up in here. And we have our last Fibonacci. Sub A goes to sub C, sub B goes to sub D. Now let's see if this is confirmed. Sub D up in here, sub B equals our C. Everybody, is the daily C confirmed? Yes or no? Everybody, is the daily C confirmed? Yes or no? What do you think? Broto, especially you. Is the sub D above the capital A on the daily? Is the capital C confirmed? Everybody, is the capital C confirmed? And then I have a question about money. You're going to see why we win, why we lose money based on the Fibonacci's. All right? Is the C confirmed, everybody? Broto says yes. Is our sub D above the capital A, Broto? Is our sub D above capital A? No, it's not. This C is not confirmed. Not confirmed. Sub D is not above the A. Broto, listen up. If the market is going to fulfill the contrarian Fibonacci, is not going to break the A. Okay? Everybody, if you need to, ask for help. Study between you, everybody. Form a group, study charts. Alright. Now, if I delete the contrarian, everybody, delete. Now, when this happened, everybody, guess what the majority of traders did up in here? You don't have the Fibonacci. You don't have the Fibonacci. Guess what the majority of traders did in here? Do you think the majority of traders, I'm not talking about professional ones, professional have methodologies already, but beginner traders, advanced traders, intermediate traders, guess what the majority, if not all of them, did up in here? Went long, exactly. It went long, right? It went long, they went long. Okay, and what happened then when they went long? They lost. And when is the price is here. And when this happened, everybody, and when this happened, counter trend and break, hard highs, hard lows, guess what they did again? Guess what they did again up in here? Because this is markets, you know, today everybody's a master at this is market structure. You know? Guess what they did in here? Can you relate to this, everybody? Pat yourself on the back. This is common unless you learn the Fibonacci's. I'm not judging you, I was the same. But the Fibonacci solves a lot of issues. Went long again. And what happened then? They lost again. And now that the market is at past support, everybody. Now I'm going to put the Fibonacci back on, and I can't, right? And I can't. So I believe this was the B, right? Maybe. Edit levels, original Fibonacci. All right. Now guess what people are going to do? Guess what the majority of traders is going to do, because now we are at past support, and we are. Guess what the grand majority are going to do? Do you think the grand majority is thinking that this market is going to push up? Or do you think that the grand majority is thinking that the market is going to go down? And when I'm saying grand majority, I'm talking about people who are not trading the Fibonacci's or any other methodologies that is telling them, oh, this market is going down. I went long because the market was making hard highs, hard lows. I lost. And then I went long again because the market was making hard highs, hard lows, and I lost. And I mean, now for sure, now I know for sure the market is going to go up, because we are at past resistance, and oh, it looks like the market is trying to secure the, push up. Exactly. Now question, everybody, question. This was the C, this was the A, right? Contrarian Fibonacci. Contrarian Fibonacci, A, B, C, D. Who can explain to me if the C is not confirmed from the daily? Everybody, who can explain to me? You are the teacher, I'm the student. Teacher, if the C is not confirmed, why is the market pushing down? Teacher Broto, Teacher Ernesto, Teacher Clara, if the C is not confirmed, why is the market pushing down? What's the answer? How can I trade with confidence? This is one of the best questions, everybody, that you can ask yourself. How can I short the market with confidence when the C is not confirmed and the short rate is 50-50? Fair question, right? I'm trading the daily Fibonacci and I'm scared because some strange guy from Brazil told me it's a 50-50 trade. Ernesto got it. Congratulations to you, Ernesto, because the C is confirmed from the higher time frames. Very good, Ernesto. Congratulations. So everybody, now there is no right or wrong on the strategy, makes sense? But if you short the market If you short the market, where should your stop loss go? And then if you go long, what pattern are you trading? Boss, can I go long too? You can, but it's a low probability trade based on the Fibonacci's. Boss, what if I don't have enough capital? Call me on Skype. Call me on Skype. I'm partnering with some companies. We have capital to give you. Alright? Above the A, very good. Above the A, exactly. Alright, everybody? Boss, what about trade management? This is for conversation for next time, everybody. Okay? Now this is so important, everybody. Why you win and or why you win and or lose on the smaller time frames. Alright, everybody, why you win or lose on the smaller time frames. So this C, when the market start to trending down, lower lows, lower highs, everybody, to enter short trading original Fibonacci, the stop loss goes on A. To enter long, we would be trading sort of market wave. No. Everybody, let's say that I am on the 1 hour chart, right? Most of you are on the 1 hour chart. Too much information for J4X. Add more ticks now, hours and 2 hours. There you go, apply. Okay, let's go on the 2 hour chart, everybody. Give it a second. And can I zoom in, zoom out one more time? Well, this is the maximum zoom, right? Alright, everybody. So from this daily standpoint, this was the downtrend, right? From the daily, makes sense? And it's beautiful. Now, let's say that I am, maybe I didn't short. How can we do this? In here and in here. Monthly, 1 hour. Alright. Let's say that I shorted the market in here, everybody, makes sense? So it was not on the first wave, it was the second wave. Why? Because I've seen this on the daily. Alright? So this counter trend line is this counter trend line on the 2 hour chart. Alright? And I'm going to go in here, apply the same rules, and now I am going to trade the 2 hour Fibonacci, original one. Just an example. And first one, this was the ABCD, I'm not sure. So see, everybody, here the market is going to stop me out, but then the market is falling again. So I'm going to do again ABCD, I'm going to do ABCD, I'm going to do ABCD, I'm winning, right? I'm going to do ABCD, and I'm going to do, if I'm not mistaken, ABCD, and this one didn't stop me out, right? This one, I believe, Oh, it did, right? So it almost hit, well, it went blue, red, so I have another one. This one, blue, blue, red. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to be stopped out in here. I was stopped out once, twice, right? And then, so if I traded this one, I was stopped out 2 times. If I didn't, if I traded the second wave, you know, A, B, A to B, this would be my first Fibonacci going down, and it red goes to red, red goes to red, red goes to red, 1, 2, blue goes to blue, blue goes to blue up in here, and green goes to green, green goes to green. Wow, this was a nice one, right? Green goes to green, most likely this one, and we are here right now. Before we finish for today, why I'm going to be stopped? So this is the 2-hour chart. If I was on the 1-hour chart, most likely it would be more. Why the market is stopping me out? It's still a winner, makes sense, everybody? You're still going to win most of the time, but why is the market stopping me out on the smaller time frames? What's the answer? Why the market, now look at the daily, why the market is stopping me out on the 1-hour chart, 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart? What's the answer? Did you start at the C because it's the higher point where the downtrend started? Answer yes. If we have a position that follows the original Fibonacci, then we also have a position that follows the Contrarian Fibonacci. Don't we have 2 opposite positions? Yes, we do. Is it okay? Absolutely okay. You can use the Contrarian for retracements trading. See, everybody, you can trade retracements on the 2-hour chart too. You know? Again, retracements are riskier, but what would be the example? Maybe this one, you know, just maybe low to high. Low to high. See this retracement, everybody? They are riskier. Why? Because the original is stronger, but this would be a winner. This here, it's a winner on the retracement. You know? Here too. On this one. So this is the retracement that you can use the Fibonacci to trade retracements, right? Here too. On the last sequence on the 2-hour chart. You don't need to, no, nobody says that you must. If you want, you can use the Contrarian to trade retracements. But you must understand why you are going to have more losers compared to the higher time frame. So 1 winner, 2 winners. This would be a loser. And then Contrarian Fibonacci, this would be a winner, and this would be a winner, right? So we have 1, 2, 3 winners, 1 loser, and white goes to white. This one would be what? And we are here right now on the Contrarian. Everybody, when the market is trending down on the daily and the monthly and the weekly, why are you going to be stopped out more times on the 1 hour, 2 hour chart, 4 hour chart? What's the answer? If you don't get the stop loss, it's going to be difficult. Exactly, not on YouTube but on the other streaming platform, because the stop loss goes above the A of the higher time frame. That's the holy grail. The 2 hour chart is not pushing down because of the 2 hour chart, but because of the daily. The daily is not pushing down because of the daily, but because of the weekly. And the weekly is not pushing down because of the weekly, or maybe not just the weekly, but because of the monthly. Alright everybody, our time is up. Rewatch this session over and over and over again, and see you back tomorrow. Until tomorrow, stay strong and trade for freedom. Don't trade for money. You're going to burn the account trading for money.